What's up, y'all? So anyway, let's get into it here. So, I saw a video earlier, and it was, completely fucking full of it whatsoever. And, this is a very manipulative technique that spiritualists out here love to do. And that is, it is wrong for you to not let anyone tell you how to practice your magic. And the argument he used was you wouldn't, go swimming by someone that didn't know how to swim, along those lines whatsoever. And I think this is a full of shit way of looking at magic whatsoever. Now, while they're generally not wrong, it is more so the glossinization of what real power is meant to be. The thing is, I've said this before, because he was trying to, fearmonger about this shit too, that, it will bring you death, destruction, whatsoever. And while that can be true, the fear-mongering and lack of communication and wording and honesty is where I have to call this out. So, back to what I was trying to say, and what I've said before. If you feel positive 24-7, if you feel healthy 24/7, then there is obviously something wrong with you. If you think you can just be this happy derby go fucking person 24/7, then you are wrong. And this is, a whole aspect of transformation whatsoever, in people realizing the shit that they might have lost ain't necessarily so bad. It ain't due to your magic. It ain't due to you making a mistake. You're looking at it the wrong way. You got to look at it from the aspects of the Wheel of Fortune. Now, the Wheel of Fortune is guarded by two cherubs. So, what this means is that just like you are birthing someone, and this is ancestral whatsoever, because he used the argument too that people will go up to the mountains whatsoever just to practice their magic and to get the ingredients and to take these long journeys whatsoever. And while that's commendable, that's great, people should do that. You are still an infant in the cosmic womb. And everything is slimy and greasy. And it's like, developing. You don't know how to clean yourself. You don't know how to eat or fucking drink. You have to be taught how to do it. But saying whatsoever that it's not good advice for you to do magic your own way and don't let anybody tell you that is fucking full of shit. It's like, for example, me when I've talked about in the past how martial arts can be used in black magic, whether physical or spiritual. And the spiritual thing is that, why do I need to go roll whatsoever with a bunch of guys that are not going to bring me experience? They're just taking up space whatsoever. I mean, yeah, if they're good, I want to roll with them. I mean, I don't really practice martial arts anymore. It's something I've been wanting to get back into, but thing is, look what happened with Sean Strickland. This is what I call true karma, not the fake bullshit. Now, you know how many people are like, Sean Strickland's gonna get his fucking karma. Fuck Sean Strickland. I fucking you racist and shit. That Orlando, I think his name, Orlando Sanchez, or I can't remember what is the guy's name, that tried to like fucking do that dirty move on him in the gym, you know, right before his fight and all that, died. That's karma. You know, Sean Strickland is a Pisces. So, like, this has to do with, like, spirituality and stuff like that. And then, you know, people were doubting Sean Strickland, saying he'll never become champion ever again. And then he became champion again. Even when the odds were against this guy. And by you saying that someone has a right way of doing things whatsoever is like a mother who spoils her child a little fucking too much. If you don't realize that you are stuck in the cosmic womb and things are meant to be dirty whatsoever, and that it's very, you know, airy and spacious and hollow, like that you are a hollow being, and that you must basically, how do I word this? Understand that in order for you to understand the correct knowledge out here whatsoever in sorcery, in magic, literally to evolve to the next level, you have to think for yourself. This is a whole part of spirit communication and communicating with spirits. If you don't think for yourself, then how can you hear what the spirits are telling you? So if you think that there's 1, 2, 3, 4 or right ways to fucking do something, you're an idiot. And no one addresses this out here in the occult. No one gets down deep and dirty in the occult and addresses this. Sometimes you gotta let people and things whatsoever, because say like it's all connected at the end of the day through war. War. Venus is love and war. Mars is war as well, but Mars is also love. You know, it's inverted like the Quillapoth. If you don't realize the warring aspects of these planets and these systems whatsoever, then you will be ran over. That's what will happen. And when you get someone out here telling you that you should do this a certain way, blah, 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 whatsoever. This is my only way that works, blah, 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 whatsoever. You're not maturing in your practice. You might create enemies and you might be vengeful, but you're not maturing in your practice by telling people that. And this is why usually people that lie to people and bullshit with people whatsoever about this stuff usually end up getting a lot of enemies and a lot of beefs whatsoever. I got a lot of enemies and I got a lot of beefs. And if you see what happens to all those fucking people, it's not a very good fucking thing. I mean, look what happened to Tiberius, the sleeping serpent. That dude literally did a fucking 180. I mean, you know, 360, 180, whatever. Lack of a better word. You know, and then look at the Become a Living God guys as well. Bog. Like, while, you know, I did do research with AI the other night, and I was like, you know, out of Michael Aquino, out of Kenneth Grant, out of Crowley, out of E.A. Coetting, who is the most badass? And when we mean badass, like get shit done, you know, blood makes the fucking grass grow, E.A. Coetting. And the truth is, it's because every retard out here, once they read E.A. Coetting's shit, gave him a fucking machine gun, a spiritual machine gun, to go cast on their enemies. And if you don't think that's badass, then you're listening to a bunch of jargon and bullshit. Look at Aleister Crowley. The guy, had these like archetypes with, like the women he dated, the Scarlet Woman and stuff like that. Well, when they didn't play that role of the Scarlet Woman no more, it's like how I talk about, inside the cosmic womb, the cherub. Things become ugly and greasy. I mean, the women that no longer wanted to embody this suffered dire consequences. And, while many critiques out here of Crowley will be like, that guy wasn't profound. Crowley wasn't saying anything whatsoever. Yeah, because he wrote stuff as if he expected you to be an expert Kabbalist or, occultist whatsoever. And, it's like people out here who drink alcohol, he said. I used to be a big drinker, and I don't really drink as much as I used to. I really started getting into magic after I started drinking, my early drinking years from my early 20s. That's when I really started getting into it and stuff. Like, I drink here, and I drink a lot and stuff, but my consumption has lowered throughout the years. And, people trying to decode all his shit whatsoever. Doth becomes Doors, and Beelzebub becomes Buchanan. His critique of the members of the Golden Dawn, who also suffered dire consequences to their actions and disloyalty to Crowley. So, when someone tells you out here there's a right and a wrong way to do something, they're full of shit. Peace out.